Remember at WrestleMania 19 when you were wrestling Brock and Brock did that shooting star and he landed on his head? Did you see him when he landed on his head? Did you see that?
Yes, yeah, it was a scary situation. Brock went out for the shooting star, and I was pretty far away, and we went a good 25 minutes, so I know Brock was a little tired, but he went, if you watch tape back again, he kind of second-guessed. He went and he stopped and he said, screw it, I'll just go. So I think he lost a little bit of a step before he went. So he wasn't able to rotate all the way around. He fell short and right on his head, and I was really scared for him. And at the same time, my neck was broken, and I knew that I was having surgery. So there was no way I could carry that title a day longer. And I thought Brock was also, his neck was broken, so I thought we were in a very bad situation. But Brock's a tough kid. He shook it off, and before I knew it, he picked me up at 5-me, and the match was over. So that just shows what kind of super athlete that Brock is.
Yeah, like when he like landed on his head, did you go over to him and say like, "Are you okay?" or did he say anything to you, or was it just like, let's just continue where we left off, like with the spots?
Well, your natural instincts as a wrestler. I mean, after seeing that, the only thing you can do is cover the kid and try to pin him. And at the same time, I was saying, Brock, are you all right? You know, and when the ref started counting, I said, kick out of this. And he kicked out, which meant he was coherent. So I said, are you okay? And he said, I think so. And I said, can you F5 me? He said, I think so. And when I went to pick him up, he cut me off, F5 me, and bingo, he won the match. So, you know, it was a bad situation. The whole finish was my idea, so I take full responsibility for what happened to Brock. But we wanted to make it a WrestleMania moment. We were the last match, and we wanted to do something really impressive to end the show. And you know what? Although Brock fell short, it was still a great WrestleMania moment. You're talking about it. Everybody talks about it every day. So,
yeah.
Regardless, I just thank God that Brock wasn't hurt. But we did give them a WrestleMania moment, and it'll last forever.
Yeah, that was one of the best WrestleManias that they ever had, too.
Good lineup.
It was. Which is your favorite WrestleMania that you were in?
Gosh, they're all special. You know, it's kind of hard to evaluate which one is better, especially when you have athletes like I've been blessed to wrestle. Gosh,
Shawn Micheals,
Law, Jericho, Kane. You look at Shawn Micheals and Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar, Eddie Guerrero. Like they're all special. I'd say mine was Shawn Micheals. WrestleMania 21, because the chemistry, we didn't do much to get ready for that match, and we never wrestled before. We went out there and it was magic. So to have that chemistry with someone that you never wrestled before, that doesn't happen very often.
Oh, did you know that when you were wrestling Shawn that you were like having like a great match, like in it, like when you're in the pocket where you're like, dude, this is magic? Or is it kind of one of those things where you're in the zone and then afterwards when it's over you're like, wait a minute, that shit was fucking awesome?
No, I knew. We were both in the moment. You know, you obviously wrestling is a little bit of athleticism, a little psychology, a little theater. We knew that we had the fans, and it was a 50-50 crowd. Half of them were cheering for Shawn, half of them were cheering for me. I'll never forget the moment that really gave me chills down my spine was when Shawn and I we both got in the ring on the opposite sides. We started crawling toward each other, and the fans just started slowly erupting. It just was, the match was 5-star, and we just, from there till the end, was even better. And, you know, the way we finished, I give credit to Shawn. It was Shawn's idea for him to tap out, so you know, for him to be unselfish that way, I have to respect his decision. But he was doing it for the betterment of the company, and that's why Shawn's a pro.
Yeah, you were talking about Brock Lesnar, and you guys got into. I overheard on the radio or something where you guys got into like a wrestling match, like a real wrestling match or something. Like what happened there? Like, do you remember how that went down?
Yeah, Brock was new to the business. He was at OVW for 2 or 3 years, and they brought him up, and somebody asked Brock how he'd do against me, and Brock said I'd kill him. He's too small. So that got to me a little bit, and I kept challenging Brock every week to get in the ring. And one day we finally did it. And the rumors that I killed him and I threw him all over the place, that's completely false. You have to remember who Brock Lesnar is. He's an NCAA champion. He's a UFC champion. He's a guy that easily would have been an all-pro in the NFL if he would have stuck with football. He just quit because they wanted him to go to NFL Europe for a year. He's a kid that can do anything he wants, and he's going to be successful. WWE champion. He's done it all, and he will continue to. Him and I had a match, and I was probably giving up a good 80 pounds, but we had a tight one, and I squeaked it out. I took him down a couple times, and I just showed that I have experience over him. There's a big difference between being an NCAA champion and an Olympic gold medalist, and that day I showed Brock the difference. But not taking any credit away from Brock, he's an animal, and scared the shit out of me. I mean, he is really that talented. He's a guy that's 300 pounds that wrestles like he's 200. He's a rare talent, and you're not going to find another Brock Lesnar in your lifetime or probably the next lifetime.
Yeah, you never see a guy like that ever. Like when you picked him up or threw him or slammed him or whatever, was he kind of embarrassed about it, or was he just like whatever? Or
no, because it was such a tight match. I mean, there was nothing crazy. It wasn't like I dominated Brock. It was a tight match, and Brock, I think he knew. I think he knew when he started, when we first started the match, that this isn't going to be as easy as he thought. I think that he just thought he was so big and strong that I couldn't go with him. But I've wrestled guys his size my whole life, so it's nothing new to me. But like I said before, Brock's an animal, and I will always have respect for him for what he can do.
What do you do now?
I'm wrestling for Impact Wrestling, and we're a small company that's doing well. We made a lot of noise in around 2008 to 2012, and really did a fabulous job. And we're just trying to get our treading back. We took a couple of lumps. We made a couple of wrong decisions, but it's been fun. I've been able to work for Dixie Carter for the past 9 years, and I've enjoyed every moment. We have a great talent relations director, Big John Gubarek. He has brought in a lot of great talent. EC3, they brought in Drew Galloway, just some great. Bram is another great talent. I love the kid. And then the talent that's already been there for a while, and Bobby Roode, Eric Young. I've had a lot of great matches in this company. I probably had a better career in TNA than I did in WWE, and that's hard for me to say, but it's true. But it's been a lot of fun. I really had a lot of fun here in TNA, and the work schedule has been a lot lighter. It's been easier on my body, and I have to appreciate that and respect the fact that Dixie Carter has agreed to my wishes of working on a part-time schedule, and I like it.
That's pretty cool. I remember you saying something about that, about how you thought you were gonna have better matches in TNA, but like you were when you first got into TNA. I think I overheard you say in an interview that you were excited about having those matches with those guys, and you thought you could have the better matches with them.
Not necessarily better. I just knew that they were talented. I would never wrestle if I was in WWE. AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Sting. I would have never wrestled Sting if I didn't go there. Those guys. It was a lot of fun. It was great. It was a great challenge to go down there. And also you have to remember, TNA has always been a smaller company. It was great to be a part of a company that was making a lot of noise for a good 4 or 5 years. We were having some fun. We were getting some, we weren't doing ratings like WWE. We weren't even close, but we were getting some good ratings for a few years, and it was a lot of fun to do that. Not having the big, money behind you and being able to produce the way we were. You can take a lot of pride in that. I mean, when you're in WWE and you're under the umbrella of Vince McMahon, You're expected to do that because you have the money, you have the resources. You know, TNA didn't have that, and we were making some noise, especially when AJ and Joe and I were running on all cylinders, and the three of us were the top talent along with Sting, and even Jeff Jarrett to an extent. But it was a lot of fun.
That's cool. One last question: what's your favorite match ever that you were in? What's your all-time favorite match?
That's hard. What's my favorite match? Oh, gosh, the matches I had with Joe and AJ. Sting, that's a great matches with Jeff Hardy and Mr. Anderson and Bobby Roode, Bobby Lashley, EC3. And then I look in WWE and Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit and Shawn Micheals, Undertaker, Stone Cold. I had a freaking awesome match with him. The Rock. It's hard. I mean, you're wrestling all these different athletes and they're all different types of matches. But I would have to say Undertaker, 2006 No Way Out, or Shawn Micheals, WrestleMania 21. Those matches just probably were just a notch above all the other ones. They just had more magic to them. And if you haven't watched them, you have to watch it because it's good entertainment.